Hey everybody, welcome to ENC 2210 Tech and Professional Writing for the full summer term 2025. My name is Jackie Pierce. I am your instructor. This is one of my favorite classes to teach, and I've been teaching this class for many, many, many years here at Lake Sumter State College. I like it because it gives you a chance to explore things that you're interested in. And by extension, that makes me interested in them. So I invite you to buckle in and have a great summer term. Please do not hesitate to reach out if you have questions anytime. Every Monday, I'll be posting a video much like this. I call these weekly walkthroughs, and that's exactly what we'll do in them is go through what you should be doing this week in order to be successful at ENC 2210. So let's take a look at the course. I will apologize in advance if you see flashes of a dog. My dog loves Zoom. Well, one of my dogs loves Zoom. The other one couldn't care less. But Indiana Skywalker Jones will often be featured in Zoom meetings. So just be advised, he likes to get involved. All right. So whenever you sign in, of course, to the course, you will be on our homepage, and it has a lot of course, relevant information about me, where to find me, how to get a hold of me, and also a link to the Q&A discussion board. So one of the things about Q&A is that to keep in mind that it is a very useful tool because most of the time, if you have a question, someone else will have the same question. So if you have a question about the class or an assignment or something like that, please do utilize the Q&A discussion board. It is very important, and it allows me to answer a question once as opposed to multiple times. I will also note for you that one of the things that you can do is subscribe so that you are updated if there is a post. In order to subscribe, all you do is click the little ribbon. You see where it says subscribe here. I'm in as a sample student, so I'm not going to click it. Well, I'll click it and then I'll unclick it. I am actually subscribed already as myself, but that's what you would use if you have a question about the course. As it says here, if you have a question about your personal performance, you do not want to post that on the Q&A discussion because the whole class can see it. When you want to contact me privately, you want to use the inbox feature, which is over here on the far left-hand column. It does work very much like email, but it is housed within Canvas, so it is considered secure communication. If you just send me a straight up email, I can't answer grade questions and things like that, but I can within Canvas. So keep that in mind as well. All right, let's go back to the home page. There are other links, of course, on the main page, including the a link to our overall online free textbook. This is a link to a PDF. It is an open resource. We have access to it. Each week you will have readings from it, but if you wanted to download it, save it, print it out, whatever you wanted to do, there's a link on our homepage to it, as well as a link to the first module. Now, module links are always also over here, and this is the main link that you're going to be clicking on pretty much every time you come in the course. So the homepage is awesome. You get to see me, you get to see pretty things, but the modules is where everything actually lives for the course. And that's a big part of what you're going to be focusing on this week. So week one is all about the course introduction, navigating Canvas, getting to know each other and me, of course. We do have some reading assignments from the textbook, as well as two assignments that need to be completed this week in order to successfully have attended class. Since it is a fully online class, the way that you signal your attendance is by turning items in. Now, let's take a look at how we proceed through each week. So we click on the modules, and you will notice that the very first one is called Week 1 Course Introduction. Each of the modules is set up the same way. So you have what's called a page in Canvas that will have an overview of the week and links to all of the learning materials. You want to do all of the things that are in the overview and learning materials before you try to tackle the assignments. Now, Obviously, a getting to know you discussion board, you can probably do that without reading all the stuff that's in the learning materials. But certainly the startup scavenger hunt, you will need to know the information in the module before you tackle that. You will notice that that's the setup all the time. So we've got the overview and learning materials, and then any graded assignments that have the due dates readily visible on here. One thing I want to warn you about that Canvas does is on your homepage, it will also have a beautiful little to-do list over here. And you'll see they're in order. Getting to know you discussion boards, startup scavenger hunt, experience and interest inventory. We just saw those on the modules page. Do not use the to-do list to just click on it and try to complete it. Please, 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 please. The way I like to put it is you have to learn before you earn. So if you try to do these assignments without the context that's in the module, you will not do very well. It's just the way it is because you need to know the materials in order to successfully complete the assessments. Okay. So use the modules page. Do not be, I love a to-do list. Believe me, I am a big fan of to-do lists, but I hate that feature of Canvas. And there's nothing we can do to turn it off. So it is always going to be there, but it presents a danger. So let's go through week 1 and what we will be doing. In the overview and learning materials, of course, the overview is exactly what it sounds like. And then you have a section of things that you want to do. So each week, and this is, of course, what I just said, each week it is imperative to engage with all the learning materials and resources in the module before attempting to complete the graded assignments. And this is my slogan. You got to learn the information before you earn the points. Okay. So the first thing, of course, you're going to do, as you would if you were sitting in a real classroom, is you would hear about the things that are on the syllabus. Now, in Canvas, the syllabus is housed over here on the left where it says concourse syllabus. I can't open that as a sample student. It won't open and look right, but you will click on this link and you will go through the entire syllabus before you do anything else. Of course, I have also put you back towards the home page and a link to the modules, the Q&A discussion, the help and support page, our textbook, and then of course I also at the end of each of the learning material sections remind you about these walkthrough videos. The walkthrough videos live forever in the announcements, and so you will always be able to get back to them. So if you, for example, are doing late work, you would want to go and review the walkthrough video for the week it actually occurred because it's going to give you that context. Now, notice that in this week we do have two things for lack of a better word to read in the textbook. One is the introduction, which is just pages 9 and 10. The other is on the writing process, which is page 19 and 20. So let me show you what that looks like. Like I said, it's a PDF. And so you'll navigate through it just like you would any other textbook, except it's fully online, which is why I said you may want to print it. It's not a super long book. I mean, well, it's 108 pages, so you may not want to print it, but for some people, printing it really does benefit them because they can take notes and things like that. So do it however you want to, but be advised that it is online. So you're going to read pages 9 through 10. And then you're going to skip down and you're going to read, where did the writing process go? Where'd it go? 19 to 20. There it is. The writing process starts on page 19 and goes to roughly page 21. So make sure that you read those this week. There'll always be some assignments in each of the sections. That's all you have to read for this week. Then it's time for the assignments. There's a couple of ways that you can get to the assignments. One, of course, is to click on this, which will take you back to the module. You can also just click next and it will go to the first of the 2 assignments, which is the Getting to Know You discussion board. The assignment is fairly clear on here. I do really want to see a photo or a video. It is very helpful to see the actual human beings that are in the class with you. If you don't want to record a video, that's okay, but I do encourage you to do so. There's a really cool feature within Canvas. We can video record directly into the box. So tell us a little bit about yourself. Where are you from? What's your life like? Family, friends, hobbies, etc. I would also like to hear about 2 things: your educational path, like where are you in your journey? What are your plans? and also career interests, because this course is about technical and professional writing, which is more focused on career than it is on school. But of course, we are currently our career is school for many of you. So do take some time to respond to that. You are not um, required to respond to others on our discussion boards. However, if you do it within a week of the due date and you do it consistently throughout the course, you can earn up to 25 points for each discussion board, which would mean that you would need substantive replies to at least two other classmates each time we do a discussion board, and those points will be added at the end of the term. So it's a good incentive that can really add up if you do it on all of them. So I do encourage you to do it. It's one reason I try to bribe you with extra credit instead of just making it part of the assignment. It's just part of my thing. In order to post on a discussion board, of course, you click on the reply button. This is where you can do videos, photos, et cetera, et cetera. So a couple of links. This one will allow you to put an image in. So let's upload an image. I'm going to use one of my tried and true images of my family and one of our semi-hobbies. Where did we all go? Oh my gosh, we're all missing. There we are. This is us at a Run Disney event dressed in 3 stages of Elsa. You can put an alt text or you can click on decorative image, and we're going to click submit. I'm going to make this a little smaller because it's a little overwhelming. It's a very big photo. But that's how you can put an image in. How you can put a video in, there's a couple of different ways. One is to record a video right here. It says upload or record media. If you do that and you're on your laptop or a phone with a camera, it will allow you to put a video in that you've already created, but it will also allow you to record a video. And of course, it's just going to open a plain camera and you can start recording. This is a little inception-y because it's going to be in 2 places at once, but just to show how easy it is. And you just click Save Media. The other one, and I encourage you to utilize this tool when you are recording videos within Canvas. It is called Kaltura, and it is one of the plugins. So you click on the plugin link and embed Kaltura Media. When you do a Kaltura within your discussion board, you have a lot of options, including using a video you've already done, including creating both a video of yourself and a tool like a PowerPoint or something like that, doing a screen share. But for the discussion board this week, you're probably only going to want to do an express capture, which is just the video camera. Okay, so it looks exactly the same as the one we just used. I am going to record a little bit. We are recording. So again, a little inception-y, but just to demonstrate what everything looks like and how it works. You can then use this. Now, this will also go into all the media that you create in Kaltura gets saved for you. And you can go to your own My Media and you'll have a whole bunch of them most likely. We're going to do save and embed. Yes, please. And we now have both of those videos. Now it'll take a while to process that last one, but there you go. When you are ready to post, click reply. And of course, all of this beauty will show up right there in the discussion board. When you respond to other people, of course, you click the reply button on their actual post. You guys should know, most of you have done plenty of online classes before, but for some folks, this might be a brand new thing. So I always like to demonstrate that stuff just to be on the safe side. All right. So the next assignment, which we could just click the next button for, but I'm going to go back to the or to the modules, is the Startup Scavenger Hunt. It is a 25-point quiz. It is based on the fact that you have learned the learning materials for the first week, including going through the syllabus, getting to know me, getting to know what the class is all about, all of that good stuff. Take your time with it. I do not set time limits on anything in the course, but do not hit submit until you're really done with it because it is quizzes are always just one submission. The rest of them, any discussion board or any written assignment, you can respond more than once. You can put more than one files on an assignment, but the quiz features are set to only allow one submission. So if you click submit too early, you would have to email me and get me to reopen it, and it's a whole big thing. So it's a lot easier if you just take your time, leave it open, there's no time limit. You can take forever with it if you want to. You can stop and look up answers. You can do all kinds of fun stuff. But those are your two graded assignments for this week. I promise you they're easy enough. But that's your first 50 points and potentially 75 points because within a week of May the 18th, if you do the two responses to others, you can get those extra bonus points on the Getting to Know You discussion board. So potentially you'll be 25% ahead at the end of week 2. Just a heads up. All right, folks, that's it for your week 1 walkthrough. I am excited to get to know you. I am looking forward to seeing photos, videos, maybe pet pictures, all kinds of fun stuff on the discussion board. And like I said, if you have any questions this week, do not hesitate to reach out. Take care, everybody. Have a great week 1.